good afternoon. How are we all? Yeah, so Daily Race C this week on GT7 is the Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta in the brilliant, absolutely brilliant Radical SR3 SL 2013. Very, very cool. And those of you that have been paying attention will recognise that this car was used in GT Fusion last season for one of the rounds. Very, very cool car. This particular race is on sports hard tyres, but there are no pit requirements, so it is just going to be balls out racing. I have already set a qualifying time, but there's no reason why we can't have another little go and see what we can churn out. I'm going to probably see if I can get two, maybe three races. But three races. To be fair, it's my anniversary today, so I probably shouldn't spend too long on GT7. But why not? So far, I've done a 1:35.8, which isn't bad, but I feel confident in this car that I could probably, after a few laps, beat that. We'll see how we get on. Famous last words, of course, because it could be an absolute crash fest. So let's have it, shall we? I just realised my keyboard is right away my steering wheel. There we go. Not the greatest of exits out of that corner. It's grippier than you think on these hard sports tyres. Not, yeah, it's not quite racing softs, of course, but it's not terrible. I think this is the corner that I've been struggling with the most so far. Whoa, very, very sideways. And I think getting the gearing right as well, because I found if you rev it out, when you do change down, you tend to kind of lose a bit of speed. I don't want to shift up too early. I'm not entirely sure shifting up too early works either. So if anyone's got any tips, that'd be quite useful. And I know this isn't a good lap. I usually, I'm using this first lap as a kind of get me toe back in. It's been a while since I say a while, it's been about 3 hours since I did the qualifying earlier. But I've got time to put a couple of laps in. I'll try and it's just kind of feel my way really. But I'll show you what I mean with the way it revs out. So if you rev it out, and I have tried revving it out here, I don't know if it's worth actually not even bothering going up to 6 there. Next time we're on the straight, I'll show you what I mean by revving it out really a lot and how much speed it scrubs off. Okay, that wasn't awful, but no, it was 2 seconds down on my previous time, so I suppose from that respect it is awful. Ghost is right in the way there. That was much better though, much, much better. Was that a penalty? Or is that okay? If that's okay, that's... oh yeah, it's a penalty, okay. Here's the irony about that 135. I set that with a half-second penalty. You know, when you get everything absolutely right, except of course I was carrying a penalty. Everything absolutely right, apart from one corner, and I carried the penalty. But, yeah. It's still going to be better than that 37.2, I can tell you that. So I'll show you what I mean here. If you see here, I'll change up now. Just what's 1 mile an hour there. Not a good example because I changed up early to try and demonstrate before the penalty line. But I am actually up on my previous time. Okay. I don't know what the representative time is going to be like. I don't even know where I am in terms of DR. I think I'm still pretty low C. So we'll see. See, that was quicker. need to be quicker through there, and then I can get this bloody ghost out of my way, which is kind of the ideal. I know I should go there through there in third, but I was a little hot and I wanted to use the engine braking to help me get around that corner. Well, I'm 9/10 down, and actually that car ahead is where the penalty lies, so I'm hoping. How you doing, Paul? Good to see you, man. Any tips for the Radical, mate? Where should I be shifting this thing? Because I've tried revving it out and it feels like it kind of gets bogged down. But short shifting it doesn't feel any better either. And should I be just revving this to the end and rather than changing up? I'm asking you, Paul, because you're our resident expert on all things lap times, really. You're the one lap wizard. I've been quicker through there, and I don't understand how I can get any quicker. Oh, that's a penalty. Yeah. I think that might be as well. So get the mistakes out of the way now before the race starts, although I have a feeling this car is going to be a crash fest. Just because the tyres aren't that grippy, and because I'm in a lobby with people who can't drive, because I myself can't drive, I have a feeling there's going to be quite a lot of crashes. So I think what my plan's got to be is try and focus on the qualifying in between, set a good time, and hope that the guys out the front with me are not tossers, basically. That's what I will do then. I will use all the available revs. So I'm not going to bother changing down. We're changing up to 6th here. Well, that was very, very, very late. How long have I got left? Let's do a reset. Yeah, that was very late on the brakes there. Screeching those tyres. I should turn my tyre screeches up a little bit because it's kind of an indication that I'm on the limit of the tyres. I actually turn them down because it puts me off a little bit. That was better. Little lift there. This is where I don't want to get too brave with the loud pedal. Get it turned first, then on the power. A little bit late there. Yeah, actually, you're right. Revving this out a little bit longer feels better. It's not scrubbing off so much speed in between the gear changes. Yeah, that's much better. I'm not even going to bother going up to 6th here. Oh, I lost my bottle then. I know I lost my bottle then. I just felt it was going to. I was going to over rev it and it was going to drop down, but next time I'll try it. It's because I'm quite a hot lap this lap. I think I'm up. Yeah, a little bit. think it's very tight on track limits there. I think you really have, I think you have to keep both. Yeah, I think there you can cut that, but I think you have to make sure that at least one wheel is fully on the tarmac. You can't even kind of go over that white line. Right, so the typical thing with the daily race lobbies is that you're not set really on time. You've got people in the lobby on 1:31.8s, and you've got people in the lobby on 1:45.7s. I know you've got to kind of allocate people based on DR and SR, but I think to an extent it's got to be done to qualifying time as well. So you look at their DR and SR, and then you stick all the people that have done 1:31s and put them in one lobby, and 32s in another, and blah blah blah. But we'll see. Right, so yeah, top 10. So what's my aim? My aim is to at least be in the top 10, of course. Just want to double check, there is no mandatory pit stop. I don't see anything here. No mandatory pit stop. No, okay. Right, so here we go. First race is a CDR. Is that because he's just come down from B, or because he's just come up from D? That's the eternal burning question. Right, so I think we'll make a judgment on whether it's a crash fest or not. I think it probably will be. I think turn 1 is going to be a nightmare here. So inside or outside on that one? I think, where am I? I'm going to be on the outside anyway, aren't I? So let's get that shit up. I think I'm going to go around the outside. I think that seems like the safest option. Actually, it wasn't too bad. I could have just taken the proper line through there. Oh well. Just want to take it easy first lap. Well, there we got one a little bit bargy, a little bit push to passy. I'm not going to be too aggressive. It's first lap, just be careful. Let all the people that are going to be a little bit too argy-bargy early doors, let them get out of the way, and then I can concentrate on racing. 13 laps. It's a marathon, not a sprint. As far as I'm aware, the tyres should last. Slipstream. Right, what's this guy going to do? Is he going to barge me, or is he just going to let me go? He's going to let me go, okay. This guy's going to stand me inside, is he? Okay, good start. We've made it to the end of lap 1 almost without dying, and it looks actually to be relatively clean. This is a big seed change from Le Mans, and from the week before at was it Sardegna? It was quite bad, wasn't it? He's quite quick through there. Whoa. Oh. Avoiding. Okay, got a bit lucky there. Not caught up in that carnage. Now I need to just concentrate on. Okay, yeah, it was all right. Don't you dare! Don't you dare! He had a little look. I don't want to go too defensive though. That's the thing. I want to just drive my line. Awful out there. But he gave me a little nudgy nudge, which helped. It is only lap 2. Plenty to happen between now and the end of this race. Let's stay on the rev, see what happens. Nothing. So I can just stay in 5th. Not what I struggled to get that slowed down. I think I braked a little bit late, to be fair. Is it braked or broke? I think it's braked in this scenario. I have to scrub off because he's coming round the inside. The thing is, I don't want to get into battles with people that are quicker than me, because then I'm just harming my race, frustrating them. I think the trick is I just got to get quicker myself. And I think I want to work on being consistent. I think that's got to be my aim. Is not going for super hot laps, but being nice and consistent, getting the same kind of lap time, lap after lap. If I can try and, I want to try and get it within, I think for me half a second is a little bit unrealistic. I think if I can get my lap times to within a second, lap after lap, I think I'm doing all right. Busy weekend, as you may have noticed on Black Flag Racing TV this weekend, with the N24 with the RF, which was a roaring success. Really enjoyed doing that. Big shout out to the RF boys, and of course to the competitors. Don't know why I changed up there. I wasn't going to, but I did anyway. Great little test event for PGS F1 last night. It was a very good, very interesting race. And what was most interesting about it is that Tier 2, the race that I did, was a lot cleaner than Tier 1. So we'll see how the season goes on with that, if it does continue. Got that all kinds of wrong. Tonight, of course, we've got GTI. Look forward to that. The GT invitation is always good for a laugh or two. That's a penalty. This guy's losing his back end, but there's no room to get through all up the inside here, maybe. Oh, he didn't like that, did he? He's struggling to keep control of his car now. But of course, there's no real room to get through, and he's already shown his intentions when I go past that he's got no intention of letting me through. That all he wants to do is knock me off the racetrack. But I figure if I stay in behind him and I keep consistent, then eventually he's going to cock up. The back end really twitchy of that car ahead. Not too worried about the guy behind. I've already gained a few places. Let's focus now, shall we? Not close enough up his inside to make that move. He's really got this car on the edge, hasn't he? Really got it on the edge. Strive for consistency going all right a minute. Ooh, careful. 37.1, 38.3. A little bit off. If I can stick around those 37, he's picked up a penalty, which if I'd been a bit quicker, I probably could have capitalised on. But I'm up at the moment. can get a tenth or two in turn one. I think I'm losing a bit of time there. And here as well, I need to get this turn right. Oh, that is definitely a penalty. Turning in too early there. Did I get away with that? Looks like I got away with that. Oh well. Okay. So it's difficult to tell exactly where the line is to get away with cutting that corner. I think maybe if you've just got one little bit of wheel on the black stuff, you get away with it. I don't want to push my luck though, because I'm not that accurate. So 36.0 was that last lap. If I can stay within 1 second of that time, I think I can be relatively competitive. We're halfway through, lap 6 of 13. I think I've got the lines pretty much right through here. It's just now about finding a little bit of pace through the corners and finding a way to overtake. It's not the easiest track in the world to overtake on, that's the problem. You're kind of relying on errors a little bit. I don't know why I'm lifting through now. I think you need to be braver. I need to be braver. See, I prefer the earlier line through there. Just have to be really careful with the cut, because if I leave it a little bit later, you get kind of that other part, the left-hand side sticks out a little bit. That's where the penalty is big. I'm up though. We both seem to be gaining on fifth, which is good. So even if I can't catch this guy in front, if we both catch the guy in fifth, then we still both gain a place. I'm going to fully rev this out now. Stay in fifth, boy, stay in fifth. Don't lose your nerve. Sooner or later, he's going to go really squirrely there, I think. At least that's my plan. I'm hoping just stick with him, and eventually out of the final corner, he will look at that. How about that for consistency? 9 thousandths of a second difference between those 2 laps. A little slower through there than I'd like to be, but sometimes it does make a difference. I'm up. He's not pulling away from me, which is good. Not significantly anyway. He's getting a really good exit there onto the straight. So maybe I need to just brake a little bit earlier, get turned in a little bit slower maybe on the apex, but be able to get straighter faster. Tails up as well. I'm up again. I feel like that was a better exit this time. Still putting it away there. Oh, that's terrible. Now, why is he pitting? I didn't see a mandatory pit stop, so I'm a bit concerned now. It threw me off a little bit by break point when I saw that guy going in the pits. I didn't see mandatory pit stop. It's cost me some time now. Luckily I had 10 seconds on the guy behind me. Why are people pitting? Am I missing something here? Or are you allowed to use sports softs, but hards are mandatory? Let's see what they come out on. This cost me lap time where I'm trying to see what they're coming out on. Oh, no, it seems to be coming back out on hards. I'm worried I should pit now. No one else seems to be though. I'm going to be that guy that I accuse everyone else being the idiot that didn't read. I didn't see mandatory pit. But I'm concerned that there is a mandatory pit. See, he's going in now as well. What tyres you coming out on, dude? Late on the brakes. Oh, no, 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 no. That's gone horribly wrong. I'm going to get a penalty there, aren't I? We'll get in the pits before you crash. Oh, you bell end. I should have thought that through. I kind of last minute decided it was a good idea. I don't quite know why I'm going in the pits. I don't remember reading anything about it. I'm only, source are the only ones available to me. Don't refuel idiots. Right. I didn't see anything that suggested I had to do that. Why am I pitting? Why are these people pitting? Do you know, I don't know why I went in. I should have stayed out. I should have stayed out. I should have stayed out. I've cost myself loads of places. And I've got that fucking stupid penalty. Why are those people pitting? And more importantly, why am I the idiot that followed them in when I don't think you needed to? We'll find out in a minute. We'll find out in a couple of laps' time if a pit is mandatory. But I didn't remember reading. I did look, and I didn't remember reading mandatory pit stop. But for some reason I put on tyres and fuel unnecessarily now. And my rhythm's all gone. And I've got a massive penalty. I'm going to lose 10th place here. Fucking idiot. This was going alright. And then I started second guessing myself. Yes, I started second guessing myself about the pit stop. When I looked, I didn't see anything about pit stopping. And all these guys went in, and I just assumed, well, these guys are in first, they must know what they're doing. And then made the mistake of fucking up on the way into the pit. I think I've cocked up. I think I've cost myself a potential top 3 here, because I was running in that top 5 when I went in. And some of those guys hadn't pit. I've cost myself a potential top 3, I think. We'll soon find out. There's another guy gone in now as well. I wonder how many people are second guessing it because they didn't read. Or second guessing they did read and they're second guessing it anyway. Well, I need to get my rhythm back because I was doing alright then. Look at that consistency. Loads of 35s, 36s. I found some great consistency there. Definitely faster than this guy. My aim, I've got to get 10th back. I've got to get 10th back. So at least where I started. What the fuck am I doing now? See, I lost concentration. I think it was an unnecessary pit stop. I'll be really, really upsetting myself if I did that. And I am upsetting myself because I'm sure. But if it turns out I should have pit and it was the right thing to do, I'll take it back. But so I mean, now I've lost my head completely. I'm potentially going to lose 11th place now as well. Right, head in the game, Andy. One decent fucking lap, you absolute wank puffin. Don't drive angry, folks. Black flag party up for chats. Oh, I've lost my head now completely. Right, I'm just going to try some shit. Lost my focus. Lost my focus completely. Lost all my break points. Yeah. Since these new tyres have gone on, the car's been awful. Right, let's have a look. At this rate, I'm not going to fucking finish before the time runs out. Why did I pit? I mean, it's daily race C, so usually there's a pit stop involved, but I didn't see anything that said pit stop mandatory. There's no other tyre options available. The fuel and the tyres last all the way through. Then saying that, Yoko Palmer, whatever it was, Yamagiwa, had a pit requirement and the tyres lasted, so... Save that replay because I had a nice little moment. Okay, so you do have to pit because the guy behind me has got the 1 minute penalty, so there must be a mandatory pit. So actually, the only cock up I made, yeah. Cheers, Pete. To be fair, I did look and I didn't see anything, but I wasn't paying attention. But too many people were going in for me not to make a pit stop. The problem is where I was second guessing myself, I didn't pit properly, and I crashed going in, and then obviously picked up the penalty as well. Okay, so I'm glad I pit now, and I'm actually not so pissed off myself because I'm pissed off myself because I didn't plan it properly. But alright, cool. You live and learn. You make these mistakes, we move on. Yeah, right, save replay. Okie dokie dokie. Right. Okay. Right, that's okay. So pit stop mandatory. Now, here's the question. Is it worth going in really early? Yeah, at least I know now, mate. Yeah, it's to be fair though, I read it and I don't know how I missed it. Select from garage. Why? I've literally just driven in those tyres, idiot. Race day out. Pit lane can't penalty on. When it say pit stop mandatory, or am I just being an idiot? The quick guys are short shifting. That's interesting. See, I wasn't sure. refueling speed. See, I saw the refueling speed and thought, well, why has it got that on there if you don't have to pit? But where does it? It doesn't say mandatory pit, or am I just missing something? Well, obviously there is a mandatory pit. Use the pit to get out of the traffic. So you reckon pit early and then run to the end? It's not a bad shout. I'll give it a crack. Because it is that those first couple of laps are a little bit squeaky bum time, and actually what I'm finding is I'm backing off the pace quite a lot to stay away from trouble and losing places. So if I'm going to do that, I might as well go in at the end of lap one, let everyone disappear off and do all their craziness, and then have a little go. All right. Let's get entered then. Right, there we go. Let's have a. Let's stick a quick quali lap in. Stick a quick quali lap in, shall I? Right, cool. Oh yeah, you've got a radical lap guide as well, giving me false information. So just about halfway, yeah. Right, boom. Let's just have a lap then, shall we? Oh, what am I doing? I was reading your message, Paul. Give me some free space to run in that way. Yeah, no, you got it right. Yeah, I was reading your message. I thought you were giving me some insight about the short shifting. Just pay attention to your turn. Third going for a chicane, I need second most times though. So rather than going into second gear, I'll see what you mean. So you mean here, rather than go down to third, holding to fourth, I don't know why I'm up there. So you reckon stay in fourth here rather than go down to third, for instance. I need third there, I absolutely need third there. Okay. I'm not going to do, this is not qualified lap, this is to just try something lap, okay. Because I've only got a minute 56 anyway. I've got to change the way I'm driving now, of course, because I'm dual shifting. That's the third gear corner all day long. That's the third gear corner. So you reckon fifth here. So instead of third, I'm doing this in fourth. Instead of second, I'm doing this in third. No, see, I'm slower through there. I think second's better through there. Yeah, I think third. I think I prefer third and second through there. And then I'm going to short shift this motherfucker all the way down the straight. I don't know why I checked there was a seventh gear. I know there isn't. It's very good. Yeah, that's one thing I've got to try and work on a bit, Paul. I was watching a thing over the weekend actually about it's something that I do quite a lot, where the guy was talking about where you use all the road, but you haven't actually used all the road. So I'll give you an example. So where you do this, and your line would be there. I still deliberately kind of drift out to where my line should be, and it's falsely kind of telling me that I'm using all the road when I'm not. And this guy was saying, deliberately don't go out there if you don't have to, and then you can see how much more you've got to give in the corners. And I'm trying to work on that at the moment, really. And more for iRacing than for this. I mean, my little iRacing adventure is my kind of serious thing. Okay, so 35.0 puts me behind a Frenchman. Oh dear. Oh, hang on. What's going on there? Got very excited for a moment that I was going to start in the top three. Yeah, I can't remember. He's a kind of Spanishy kind of dude. It came up randomly. Funny enough, YouTube suggested me one of my own videos, and it came up on that. Well, take out the French bloke. It's, to be fair, it's so hard. I mean, you've seen from Dixon Dailies how many problems I have with French people in the dailies. The thing is, some of the French people I know are really nice, but the French people I've come across in the dailies lately have been absolute tits. So I always get a little bit worried when I see a French flag up ahead. Well, I suppose it's better up ahead than behind me. We'll see. Yeah, no, it was really informative. I'm going to have to watch it a couple of times. I think I'm going to have to spend some time practicing it. And I know at some stage I'm going to have to turn off the braking indicator. I know I'm going to have to. But for me, it just makes it easier. And I've got so much stuff to remember. Okay, I do prefer this though. I do prefer a bit of a grid start. Right, inside line this time though. Now, I went outside last time and I didn't need to, but Sod's Law says now I'm on the inside, I'm going to need to this time. Let's take it easy, shall we? I know, it was alright, it was safe. Actually, probably inside's probably safer. You can't get pushed to pass, can you? Oh. I'm trying to avoid all the carnage. Give me a little nudge. Again, a little bit slowly for my liking. Oh my god, oh my days! I haven't focused on any of the things that I've been talking about I've got to do. Just trying to avoid all this nutsness. Nutsness? Is that a thing? Yeah, I think I prefer third and second here just for the rotation. So you give me a little nudge, mate. Or just drive like you're racing and you don't want to kill somebody, and we can all be happy. Oh, that was interesting. Right, what do we say? Pit now? I'm up in fifth. I'm not sure I want to. Oh, I'm going to do it because the problem is it gives me a full sense of where I am on the racetrack. So I think I'm just going to go in and get it done. Oh, bollocks. Fuck, no, I've got to stay out now. I was going to crash going in, so I think we're better off staying out. Best of both worlds. That's a really difficult pit entrance, that. I don't think I've ever pit on Road Atlanta for anything. How can I have never pit on Road Atlanta? I think I've only ever done sprint races around here, you know. Come to think of it. So I lost a couple of places with hesitancy there. I need to, right, I'm definitely coming in this lap, definitely coming in. Just need to be careful coming in. Oh, he's fucked that up. Just go straight, go straight, go straight, don't spin. There we go. Oh, what is going on? That's a bit harsh, that penalty. Do what they don't do, yeah. I've been doing what they don't do, which is fucking crashing. Yeah, focus, man. I think it's focus. I'm just not. I think I'm trying to remember doing too many things at once. I think I need to just change one thing at a time. I'm trying to do too many things at once. That penalty was ridiculous. Yeah, I think you're right there. I think this was. I think because it kind of comes up upon you, kind of surprisingly. Oh, what's this black car doing? Staying ghosted, hopefully. Yeah, I see what you mean. Because it kind of it turns much more than the track. Don't change, don't refuel. There's no mandatory tyre change, it's just going to the pits, right? So I'll do what I did when I did Yamagiwa. Just come in, come straight back out again. Marval Gamer. Right, so I'm way back. Way back. Stay off the yellow line, knobhead. Now I've got plenty of time to focus and get my shit done correctly. Yellow flag. Yellow flag, sorry. The car just feels so different coming out of the pits. I suppose cold tyres, isn't it? Oh, you little motherfucker. I hate push to pass, man. It's such a fucking childish thing to do. It's such a amateurish move. This guy's going to stay on the inside, isn't he? Push to pass says I can't overtake or slow my car down by myself. Oh, he was slow through there. Give me some slipstream, baby. Give me that paint back you took off the side of my car on your overtake. I have to take the inside line here. That's pretty good if I do say so myself. I'd get all excited about an overtake like that if I was commentating. I might even give it a little round of applause. I thought that was expertly done. That's probably the best move I'm going to make all day. I don't want to be going up to 6 too often, I don't think. I find short shifting really hard in this because I think it's because I've already found my kind of rhythm with revving it out and everything. I'm up though. No, to be fair. I think I might watch a couple of top 10 lap times, yeah. I think it's the problem with me watching top 10 lap times, I can't drive like a top 10 driver, so sometimes, I think I've talked about this before, I think sometimes when you've got the top 10 lap times, you can download them and you can watch them and you can follow them. It's pointless unless you can kind of drive at, you know, even within like a few tenths of that pace. If you're 3-4 seconds off their time, what are you going to learn from them? The people you need to learn from are the people that are a tenth, 2 tenths, half a second faster, a second faster than you. Not the guy that's doing it 4 seconds quicker than you. There's not much you're going to learn from them because you haven't got the ability they've got. So sometimes I wonder whether there should be a kind of selection where, well, you're a C driver, so these are the fastest guys at your pace. This is the guys you should be watching. This is their lap guide. That's what we need, Paul. We need someone that does what you do that isn't A+ pace doing lap guides. Here's a lap guide for Andy because he's fucking slow. This is what Andy should do if he wants to be a little less slow. That's penalty, I think. I think they're doing it a little bit too far over the line. I'm not finding short shifting super quick, you know. Oh, you fuck off, trying to go around the outside of me. To be fair, I was a little bit aggressive with the... Well, it wasn't a push to pass because I was already ahead. I had the inside line. He was trying to go around the outside of me, so I didn't have to give him that much room. Maybe I probably should have done, but I didn't. I think that's my problem. I think I'm just not as aggressive as everyone around me, and they all get really bullish and really pushy. I'll have a look at that in a minute, Paul, when I can. You've got to bear in mind I'm driving, mate. I can't read a novel. No, you're right, there are some out there. I mean, Mr. MCA's not too bad, but even he's got faster now, that's the problem. Oh, you motherfucker, see? That's what happens when you concentrate on people saying in chat. No, to be fair, I've done some work with you, I've done some work with Aaron as well. Tell you when actually really helped me was when I made that transition from C to B briefly, when it was the Bathurst GR4 combo. Um, oh shit, what happened there? Let's concentrate a little bit, shall we? Yeah, when it was that Bathurst GR4 combo, he helped me with the fuel saving there, and I got much better at fuel saving with lifting coast and short shifting and such like. So I think I was much better in the previous race. The consistency was there. I'm not feeling. I'm going back to how I was gearing before because I'm not feeling this in terms of pace. I felt so much quicker and so much more confident revving it out. I think that's the problem. I think if I'm not confident with it, it's not going to work for me. I need to get some consistency in first. I think I'm focusing far too much on trying to short shift it and gearing it and all that kind of thing. It's not working for me. Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's because I had the same thing when I had that quite good week at Yamagiwa. I had two schools of thought in that McLaren. I had half people telling me to short shift it and half people telling me to rev it out. In fact, I had the advice was short shift it everywhere or short shift it just from 1 to 3 and then rev it out in the top gears. But I didn't find revving it out in the top gears made me any faster. In fact, if anything, it made me slower. So I short shifted the whole time and it was pretty quick. And then when I switched the Alpha and revved the bollocks out of that, I was a second and a half quicker. So yeah, I think just do what I can do. I think I've got to learn to walk before I learn to run. I've got to learn to be consistent, not make silly mistakes, and then I can worry about chucking in like crazy quick lap times. For those of you that are watching and are married, if you want a long and happy marriage, don't play Gran Turismo on your anniversary. Or do. Or if you're going to play Gran Turismo on your anniversary, as I am today, buy a really big bunch of flowers in the morning, which is what I did. Yeah, and give her some money, which is what I did as well. I gave her some money and I bought a big bunch of flowers. And yeah, we're gonna sit down and watch a film later, but only after I finish broadcasting and driving. Alright, Paul, have a good time, mate. Thanks for jumping in. We'll catch up at some point, and we'll do some laps, man. Yeah, I might be. I'll see how I get on. I'm not entirely sure that pitting early is any good because you're coming out too far back. I don't know. To be fair, I've had some cock-ups, so... I suppose I don't know if these guys still need to pit, so I suppose there's that. Yeah, a nice bit of focus here, I think. A nice bit of focus. That was a great exit out of there. Probably could have stayed in fourth there. I'm sticking to the rivers and the lakes that I'm used to. I'm not chasing no waterfalls today. Oh, he's fucked up. changed that a little bit early there. Well, engine braking is not really a problem because, in fact, it's my friend here because fuel's not a consideration. I've already done my pit stop, so tyres aren't a problem, fuel's not a problem. I don't need to look after it. 35.7, which is 7/10 off my qualifying time. I think that's a penalty. Or not. Don't know what to think anymore. I think the stewards sometimes are watching and sometimes aren't. Well, it seems to work quite well actually. If I'm going to be changing up again, then it's worth, or staying. If I'm not braking and changing down, I mean, then it's worth short shifting. I think if I'm heading towards a corner, rather than going up an unnecessary gear, it's worth staying in the gear that I'm in. That seems to be quite good, and I seem to be able to make that work. This guy behind is pretty quick. He was, until he got that horribly wrong. See you later. Maybe it's to do with speed you're going when you get the penalty, maybe. No. Cannot accelerate on the curb there because your back end just properly steps out. Good rescue though. Thanks very much, Andy. I say so myself. Yeah, they don't like the curbs at these sports stores. Okay, in 10th. I was at one stage in 5th. Just done my fastest lap of the race with a 35.1. I can't remember my qualifying times. I think that's faster than my qualifying time. Here's the question: if you on GT Sport, if you beat your qualifying time in a race, that would become your new quali time. But I haven't seen that yet on GT7. But then I can't recall if I have beaten my quali time in a race yet to test it. Yeah, if you get on the power when you're on the black stuff there in between the two curbs, you're all right. It's if you get on the power when you're either on the inside or the outside, depending on how well or badly you've taken the corner, that's when you have the problem. So sweet spot is obviously staying on that black stuff and away from the curbs. which is kind of counterproductive because you want to use the curbs to make the track bigger. But if you can't get on the power of the curbs, you're better off not going on them at all. Anyone got a penalty here? On someone. There's someone. Too far ahead though. He's going to reappear right there. And he's going to be slower going into the corner. Right, so there's 3 potential places ahead of me, which puts me in 6th if I can get them. Got that all kinds of wrong. I'm too excited whenever I talk about potentially overtaking somebody. It's like the guy who every time he's on a promise messes up his tighty whities. Oh, there's a cock up there, there's one place potentially. Is that a second? Get in there. If I can't get it on the racetrack, I'll take it wherever I can. So I qualified 7th, so it's not a total disaster. Not a total disaster. It's not a massive win either, but it's not a total disaster, so we'll take that. You never know, there might be a couple ahead that have got penalties. Where did we finish? 6th. So he didn't pit. Take that. That's not too shabby. Now, have I got time for a pee? Just. I need to pee. I need the timer to go down first. Right, I'm going to run and have a pee now while the timer goes down, and I should be back in time then, shouldn't I? I have returned to you. I knew I could pee and be back. The problem is, old man, small bladder and all that, isn't it? Save replay. I'm acutely aware I'm running out of replay space. So I do need, I'm going to write myself a little note to remind myself actually. Let's stick it on my phone. To delete old replays, because I've got loads on there that I'm not going to use now because I've taken what I need or tickets have gone in or whatever's necessary. Right, what's the time? Broadcasting, what, 8 o'clock? Let's crack one more in, shall we? I've already got the broadcast prepared for GTI. Yeah, let's do one more. Probably do that. No, let's just do one more. We're going to do 2 more. We'll see. Either 1 more or 2 more. Gives me time. Enter with my current car. Right, I want to crack a lap out. Bloody hot, isn't it? Bloody hot. Don't know where we are in Europe, but it is bloody hot. Right, let's do a qualified time, shall we? Let's do it my way and see if I can beat. What was my time? The 35.0, so I didn't actually beat that in the race. Scarlett, I'm coming for your time. Pascal, coming for your time, my friend. I just want to beat someone with a Fanatec time on a G29. I'm acutely aware that if I had a Fanatec, I would probably be a little bit faster. But then, if I wasn't so rubbish, I'd probably be a little bit faster as well. That was a corner cut. It seems, we'll see if the penalty comes out now. That was definitely a corner cut of sorts. Pushing far too hard. Let's not mess around. I haven't got time for doing a full lap and then coming back around again. I suppose in qualifying, this is what you do. You push super hard and dang the outcome, because if you pull it off, you get a better grid spot. Nice and wide, nice and wide. Got away with that, I think. I think it actually helped me a little bit. Mate, I am absolutely fucking this up. I do like this little car though. I'm quite fond of this car. I'm having fun. I tell you what, I had one little broadcast last week. I had to delete it. I was not having fun, and I didn't delete it because of I was rubbish. Although I was, I deleted it because some of the expletives that came out of me. I mean, I know I'm not the most saintly of people, and often shout and scream and swear a lot. But my God, it was like a tavern in a pirate cove. Yeah, so I opted to delete that. It was bad. It was really bad. And the annoying thing is, I really like Le Mans, but I've discovered that I'm not very good at Le Mans in LMP1 cars. Clearly, I'm not very good at braking for the final corner or the final chicane at Road Atlanta either. I'm not going to get a full lap in, but I do want to. I want to practice this. I'm going to do 2 races, I think. What is it, 6 o'clock? Broadcasting at 8. I've already got the broadcast ready, so I don't need to worry too much about that. Get everything I need ready for that. So, yeah, I'll do this one. And then I'll do the 1:30 one. And then I'm going to go down and eat some dinner and talk to my missus. Bear in mind, it is our anniversary. I should probably tell her that I quite like her company. Essentially, we're going to get... What are we now? So what's... this is our 25th anniversary, so I'm officially now in the... for life category. So 25 to life. I'm in the to life bit. 7th again. 8th this time. 7th. 1st, 2nd, 5th, 8th. Alright. I've got 2 aims. Next 2 races I've got 2 aims. One is to finish in the top 5, if I can. And 2 is to go sub 135. Whether I do that in a race or qualifying, I don't know. But I'd like to go sub 135 if I can. But I think my number 1 target is to finish 5th. Actually, my number 1 target is to have a clean race. So no cock-ups, no stupid mistakes. Just to keep it clean. Yeah, thanks for that, Graham. I have seen your message. Thank you very much for that. Didn't quite need to send it on WhatsApp though. To be fair, stick it in the chat. No, I'm joking. Yeah, no, you're right. I can't bother there. Yeah, basically that's my aim. If I want to try and keep it clean, 13 nice clean laps here at Road Atlanta. It's not like I don't know the circuit. I know it well enough. Getting to know the car a bit better. Right, I'm on the outside again now. Actually, the inside is probably safer, as we've discovered. Oh! Make a nice little shifty move to the inside. Hopefully no one clips me from behind. Nice and safe. Inside is much safer. Much. Oh! Oh! My arse just literally fell out then. Oh, it's a little bit crashy behind. I feel like I'm a little bit quicker than this guy. I might not be, but I feel like I am. Got a bloody good exit there though. Slipstream! And I'm not calling out to you, AJ. See you later. Okay. I'm not pitting early this time. Or am I? I'm tempted to do it, but problem is I want a clear track, and I didn't really come out in clear track last time. You've got to turn earlier there, Andy. You've got to turn earlier. I'm so paranoid about that, about avoiding that penalty though. But I think I probably lose more time going deep into that corner than I do getting a penalty. It says I'm purple, but let's face it, everybody's purple at this point in the race. I'll take it though. Okay. Now, if I do pit now, I'm not going to be in clear air, am I? So, let's just do the opposite. I mean, I've got to take Paul's advice though, man. Paul said do the opposite of what the guys in front of me do. But they're quicker than me anyway, so it won't make a blind bit of difference, I don't think. I think if I'm the same pace as those guys and I'm caught, I think that's it. I think if I'm caught up with these guys and I'm being held up, then maybe. But if I'm not being held up. I've got a French bloke behind me though, and you know what happens with me and Frenchies. I could definitely be quicker through there, definitely. Look, it's Monday, I've got an entire week to practice that. Well, not an entire week, I do have to actually do some work this week. Yellow flag. Oh, please don't unghost. I get so paranoid that they unghost right in front of you. I'm not a big fan of ghosting. I actually prefer when the cars crash that they're there, and it's part of racing, isn't it? But I'm very thankful there. And guess what, folks? Top three. Can someone give me a tissue? I've got a nosebleed. Definitely not pitting now. Well, like, I'm going to pit, but just not yet. .35.5. That's a nice. That's the sort of consistency rate I'd like to get. Bearing in mind that my qualifying time's half a second faster than that. If I can do laps around 35.5 to 36 consistently, then I think I'm doing all right, Chuck. Not if I cut corners like that, I won't be. You'll get away with it. He's only gone a little bit quicker. I'm a real racing driver. I'm not a real racing driver. To be fair, it's only lap 4. There's still plenty of time to fuck this up. If you are watching and you do want to watch me make absolute tit of myself driving an iRacing, I've got a race on this Sunday at Charlotte Roval, I think it's called, in a Renault Clio. So you can join me on this channel and watch me absolutely balls that up if you're up to it. I can't, do you know, I'd love to drive this car on some racing tyres. I think this would be a fantastic little car for a same car series. Are you watching Black Flag, guys? This would be awesome for a same car series. Loving this shizzle. Aaron, if you're watching, you know that mini challenge thing we're doing? Can you find a little tune for this? To be fair, I don't think I'd even want to. No, I say I wouldn't want to broadcast. You guys are so freaking quick, you would make it broadcast worthy. Yeah, do you know what? Aaron, have a look at this car for that kind of tuned thingy we're doing. If you're watching, of course, you're probably not. But when do I pit? That's the question. Because I'm in no man's land at the minute. I'm not catching the guy in front of me. In fact, I'm not catching. He's pulling away from me. 8.2 seconds. I've got 5.3 on Valve State, the Frenchie behind me. Do I just wait until they go in and go in then? I might just do that, you know. There's no point in me doing opposite because it's not like I'm going to catch them. So I'm just going to do what they do. So when they go in, I'm going to go in. Although I'm only 8 seconds behind, so I might not have enough warning. I've got a text. I wonder if that's from Graham telling me how wonderful I'm driving. Bit slow that last lap at 37.0. I don't quite know why it was so slow there. I want to stay sub 37, please. It is Graham sending me messages. I hope you're sending me nice messages, Graham, and thank you very much if you are. But you do realise if I read your messages, I'm going to crash. I'll have a look in a sec, mate. I suppose it is conceivable they could be about something else, and you're not actually watching at all, but unlikely. See, I'm loath to go in when I've got such a rhythm going. 35.3. I might change up there, I didn't need to. Oh, he's fucked up. It was at this moment he knew he fucked up. I'm not close enough though, and he's quicker than me, so. I'm going to keep going though, you never know your luck. He might be scared now I'm coming up behind him. Got the run on him there. Ideally I wanted to run on him in a couple of corners time. This is where I want to get the run on him. See, I don't think short shifting's done it. He's not short shifting. Oh, I got some slipstream and it's making me fast. It's making me faster than you. I'm not going to try anything stupid into turn 2 against a guy that is quicker than me. It's ridiculous. Most people in dailies would have absolutely chucked one up the inside there and either made the move stick and it would have been hurrah, or taken him out, or not made the move stick and killed themselves. And I don't like those 1 in 3, the 2 and 3 odds of crashing. Especially because, knowing me, I would have run out of skill. Oh, he's fucked that up. He's fucked it up. Oh, the irony of slipstream, I was slower. Don't try and over push because you're chasing someone. It's just a silly thing to do. Alright, I'm going to come in this lap, I think. And maybe see if I can undercut this fella. You never know. 6.8 seconds ahead of Timothy Edward. Bit of an odd thing to put your full name like that as your PSN. I suppose his name could be Dave Charles, and he's just put Timothy Edward to throw us off the pace. Yeah, right. Tricky pit entry here. Focus. Scrub off the speed there. Pay attention to what Paul says. Careful, careful, steady. Don't change, don't refuel. Don't change, don't refuel, don't go changing any of those tyres. Just get the car back out on track. I think I'm losing the will to live, man. I think I'm losing the will to live. Right, let's go. Lap 9. Got 4 laps to go. Don't like having to stop like that, but hopefully that hasn't messed with my rhythm too much. We'll stay away from that line. Lose half a second coming out of there is better than losing 3 seconds on that back straight. Tyres shouldn't be cold because I've got the same freaking tyres on, but you can guarantee they will be a little bit. I'm back out in 5th. I don't know whether Valve State and Zebedeep, cool name Zebedeep, have pitted. So 3rd was that's the thing about when you've got a pit stop is unless you've actually know, unless you've got me in your ear doing the commentary, which a lot of people do, you don't know what the people around you are doing. And I should probably stop helping people like that. Because I'm acutely aware, if you listen to the broadcast, I'm essentially giving you a strategy. I know the guy in 2nd hasn't been in yet, but I don't know about Valve State. I don't think he has. Right, Zebedee hadn't because he's in now, so I'm having that place back. The guy in first is back out. I'm not getting that place. Oh, Valve State's in as well. Boomshenko. Sorry, it's actually Valve State that went in, not Zebedee. Yeah, there's no way Zebedee got in and out that quick. Okay, lap 10. The gap ahead is 8.3 seconds. Gap behind me is about 3 seconds, I think. 3.5. That went very wrong. That 3.5 seconds is going to be down to about 2.5 now. Right, don't focus on their lap times, focus on your lines, my friend. If you get your lines right, they can't catch you. And if they do, they're just quicker than you, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's the nature of the beast. If I don't put a foot wrong, and I do what I'm supposed to do and just drive around and hit my apexes and brake in the right places and keep the car going fast, and the bike behind catches me, it's because he's faster than me and he deserves to have caught me. However, if I fuck up, make stupid mistakes and he gets the position, whether he deserves it or not, he's got it, but I've handed it to him and that's not what I want to do. I don't want to be handing wins to people. Right, Zebedee's in now, so I am actually going to be back in third and it's a little bit scary. Right, let's just focus now, because I've got to hold on to it. And this guy is actually catching me, so let's... Yeah, this guy behind's catching, so I need to kind of stay focused. He is fast. Stop making mistakes, man. Stop making mistakes. Wake up. Silly boy. Don't make it easy for him. Get back into those 35s now. Don't push too hard. Don't do anything stupid. You can do the 30 low 36s. You can do those mid 35s. You do not want this guy in your slipstream. What you can do is put your lap time in, focus, don't lose control of the back end, and hope the guy behind you pushes that little bit too hard and makes a mistake. Like that. That's silly things to do there. He's got a couple of guys not far behind him either. One lap after this. Come on, Andy, focus. Head in the game. Penalty. Have a penalty. He hasn't got a penalty. Bollocks. He's going to have a look up the inside, possibly. I don't think he's close enough this time out. A little bit late on the brakes, but... got the inside line here. Is he going to make this move around the outside? He did make it. He fucking deserved that. I fucked up. Oh, there's another car coming in. He's quick as well. Right, come on, do you know what? Just race your race. If they get you, they get you. He's having a look up the inside, wasn't he? Defend. He's going to have the slipstream on me, and I haven't got much off this guy ahead. I don't think there's any much point trying to defend it. If he's got it, he's going to use it. Come on, Andy, hold on, man. God, slow down. Thought I was never going to slow enough. I'm not going to get third, but I am going to hold on to fourth. And to be fair, in the balance of things, I made a few cock-ups in the end there, and I probably should have had third. If though I should have had third, and I should be disappointed with myself because when I saw I was in third, I panicked, and rather than just carry on doing what I was doing, when I thought I would probably lose third, I was much calmer. My laps were a lot more consistent, and then hang on, someone's at my door. Yeah, so yeah, that was my daughter home from her first day in her first new job. Congratulations, a clean race bonus. Yeah, no, I'm disappointed with that because when I was, oh you motherfucker, that's not fair. Oh, I saved it. I'm gonna have to delete some. Yeah, when I was third, but I didn't know I was third, kind of thing. Yeah, it was weird. It was weird when I knew I wasn't necessarily going to be third, and I still had to pit and stuff like that. I was so much more focused, and then when it was a reality, I kind of cocked it up. But no, thanks, Pete. I should be happy with that result considering my results thus far, but I'm a little bit pissed off with myself because I should have had a podium, and I'm not used to things. I'm not used to being up there, so I don't know what to do when I'm in third. I'm going to do one more. I'm sweating like a pig, and I can't save the last replay because my replay memory's full. I haven't got time to go and delete one, have I? Well, I might do actually. Just put a thumbnail up quick while I delete some stuff. I've just realised that what I've got to do to get to the menus, I can't do that without risking not being ready in time for the race. Right, so let's do one more. Because my daughter's in from her first day on her new job and stuff. It's a proper job, not like a side job. It's like the proper job. Lots of training first day, of course. So here we go. We have a retarded cat. And I do realise I didn't mute the mic when I said that, so now the world knows I've got a retarded cat. Stupid thing. I don't understand why. I've used these tyres now in, 4 races? You'd think you'd know by now, idiot. There we go. Right, let's have it. Should we have a little quali? Let's have a little quali. 35.0 is my target. I want to go sub... What did I say? I said I wanted to finish in the top 5. I did that. And I want to go sub 34. Right, let's have a go at that one. Smooth is fast, remember. Smooth is fast, apparently. how quick that was. It didn't feel that quick. Taking a few more risks because it's qualified and it doesn't matter quite so much. Well, it does matter, but I don't mind taking the risks here. I have a feeling that's slow. I'm sure I've done a 35 for the sector one. I think I did that in the race. I'm going to rev this out, see what happens. If I rev that out, I can actually brake a little bit later. I think I'm slower. I don't think I'm quite as quick as that 35.0. Certainly didn't feel quicker. Or is it? Oh yeah, 34.8. I did a sub 35. Have some of that. No, too hot in there. Far too hot going through there. Did it just let me get away with that?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Is that a date?
Hold the line, call. I've just been told my dinner is not eatable. Hang on. Yeah, so, yeah. I had to abandon that lap because, well, one, I cocked it up anyway, and two, it turns out the dinner we were going to have tonight is out of fucking date.
Why you think about what we're having for dinner?
What do you mean while I'm thinking about it? I'm thinking about my breaking points. You can think about dinner, I'll think about breaking points. Happy anniversary, love you. I'm still thinking about breaking points though. I said, happy anniversary, I love you. You think about dinner, I'm thinking about breaking points. I said, you think about dinner, I'll think about breaking points. I think she's deaf, man. I think she's deaf. Right. We're done with that lap. Let's face this way because it's going to count down in a sec. Um, 34.8, that puts me 5th, 6th. Okay. Well, what was it? 7th, 8th last time, and I finished 4th. Should have finished 3rd. So basically what I've got to do is do what I did lap 1, lap 2, stay out of trouble. I'm not going to, sorry Paul if you are watching, I'm not going to take your advice and do the opposite of what I do. I think I'm just going to play it by ear. And kind of feel it out as to when's the best time to go in. It doesn't really matter, I suppose, but the last thing I think going in early puts you in traffic, potentially. Particularly if I'm not this end. If I was at the other end, then yeah. I mean, if I was starting like 15th, 16th, then absolutely it's worth it. But I think hang on in there and see, and let the herd thin out a little bit, and then make a decision. Because I came out in a nice clear air last time. Right, here we go. This is my last race, at least until I've eaten and done the broadcast and chisel. So, yeah. Time to make a plan. Right, let's do this thing like a chicken wing. Don't like starting on the outside. No room on the inside though, so I'm going to have to stay here. Everyone vying for the inside line there. hold the outside. He's made a mistake. That was right. Not too disappointed with that. Don't want to clip anyone on the way through. Oh. Sorry if that was my fault. I don't think it was. I think I have every right to stay where I was. Oh, that is very deep. Very deep. Give me a little bump. Go on, thanks. I'd pay it forward, but I don't really want to. But I can't catch him at the moment. That's the other problem, of course. Right, do I want these? Oh, both of them on my inside. He's opting to go in. He's going in early, so he's decided to get out of the traffic. I'm not doing that. I'm staying out. Because now, well, to be fair, now he's gone, there is no traffic. I'm looking behind me and I absolutely do not want to be pitting right now because it's very, very congested back there and I'm going to come out in all of that traffic. Not happening. Or I'm going to come out, worse still, I'm going to come out behind it all. And then I think I'm quicker than most. So, yeah, I don't want to be having to fight those cars behind me. So I'm going to stay out until the herd is thinner. I can't really see a gap in that traffic where I could slot in after the pit stop that isn't going to be an absolute bugger to navigate. And it's a difficult racetrack to overtake, as we've seen. Unless, of course, you're overtaking me, because I seem to make it very easy for people. Is that another one going in? No, it's not. We're just taking a rather tight line under the Fox Bridge. You know, the irony is I'm having quite a good race here, I think, and I can't save the replay. Is he going in? No. He's getting very, very wobbly though. Does this mean I get a good run on him to turn one? Certainly does. He's going to hold the line though. He's not going to make it easy for me. I was considering throwing it up the inside there, but I think it's a risky move and not one worth taking at this stage when I think all of us... Ooh, that was a little bit squirrely. When I think, yeah, us 4 up top have got a decent gap over 5th. Or at least us 3 fighting for 2nd have got a decent gap over 5th. The guy up in front is annihilating us. So I think, yeah, risky move that. It's not worth jeopardising 2 cars' races, mine and his, for the sake of gaining a place at this stage. It might come to me later, it might not. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm not the sort to want to jeopardise somebody else's race. Yeah, but it's been very clean so far, though. I've been very, very pleased. We had a couple of incidents early on, but it's been very, very clean here. I actually thought these cars, these tyres, this track would be an absolute crash fest. But been pleasantly surprised. I think because it's a fun little car to drive and it requires a little bit of nous, the idiots aren't driving it. How you doing? I got a 4th, but to be fair, Paul, I threw away 3rd. I was in 3rd, and just after, a bit late there. After I realised I was in 3rd after the pit stops, so I was running in 3rd for a lot of the race, and then sort of the pit stops sorted it out, and I wasn't really thinking about being in 3rd because I thought, well, I haven't pit yet. And then I pit, and I came out in 5th, and then 4th and 3rd pit. And then I kind of lost my head a little bit and got overtaken for 4th because I didn't recreate my decent lap times. I think I got a little bit excited, and yes, I threw away 3rd, but it's going all right so far. And I've gone sub 135, which was my intention. My intention was to finish in the top 5 and go sub 135 before I finish before I finish for dinner, which is this race. It's my last one. Going all right thus far, though. I did have an opportunity on the guy in 3rd, but it was a risky move into turn 1 and didn't at the time feel that it was worth potentially taking out him, myself, or both of us for the sake of a position that might come available later for me. It felt less than a 50, in fact it was a 50-50 gamble, it wasn't worth it. Especially when the guy behind's 8 seconds back. And the valve states, I beat him out last time as well. Bit late on the power there. I'm going to judge when it go in again based on those around me, like as I did last time. A bit slow there, just a bit of time. I want to stay in the 35s if I can. I either get that corner a little bit right or very wrong. I don't think I've got it perfect the entire time today. Yeah, I will do, mate. Well, I've got broadcast after my dinner, but I'll give you a little nudge after that. Oh no, I can't actually. No, I won't give you a nudge after that because it's my anniversary. I'll give you a nudge tomorrow. Yeah, I've got a broadcast after this, and then I'll yeah. If I can get away with it, I'll give you a nudge. When you go to the toilet, I'll give you a nudge on the mobile. Yeah, I've finally reached the to life bit of the 25 to life. I always feel like that should be a penalty, but I seem to be getting away with it. This actually feels better than my last race. I suppose it's conceivable that because I gained some DR last time out, that some of the guys around me are better. Dropped a bit of time. I've done low 35, so I should really still be in the low 35s. I should be able to do that without pushing too hard. Do I pit? Do I pit? Do I pit? Do I pit? I'm looking behind. I'm going to stay out another lap, I think. Let's see what these guys are doing. I pit lap 8 last time, and it felt about right to do that. Right, he's going in. I'm going in next lap. If I can have a really, really good lap here, there is a potential undercut on the cards. Or overcut, sorry, on the cards. Oh, not driving like that, I won't. I don't actually feel so bad about coming fourth now, because the guy that I came fourth to, the guy that beat me to third, has just done fastest lap in this lobby. So it doesn't actually feel so bad when I bear in mind that the guy is essentially 2 seconds faster than me. So I feel a bit better about fourth now. In fact, I think the fact I finished just behind him, I'm quite happy with that. It's improved my day. And he is behind me on the racetrack, but it is concerning that he's behind me on the racetrack and he's 2 seconds a lap faster, because at some point he might catch me. If he catches me again, I'm going to I'm not going to do anything, I'm just going to accept it. Okay. Oh, did I get away with that? Did I get away with that? That was a bit touch and go. I think I picked up a penalty there, and I've hit the wall there as well. It's the fucking worst pit entrance in the history of this fucking game. It's awful. It's worse than the fucking exit at 24-hour Spa. Oh, please don't have a penalty. 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 Things have been going so well. Oh, you absolute wanker. Oh well, is what it is. And cold tyres. Cold tyres. I didn't change my fucking tyres. How are my tyres now cold? Okay. The thing is, there's no point crying over spilt milk. Until you've pit, you don't really know where you are in the scheme of things anyway. And if you have to pit, whether you're running in first or 10th or first or second or whatever, it doesn't really matter, because your pit stop is kind of putting you in the position you should have been in, or you would have been in anyway. I mean, yeah, a little cock up, and I'm going to lose some time here. I think I'm far enough ahead of Beady Mink for the penalty not to be a problem, but it does mean that the German ahead is there's no point changing up, because I'm going to have to do this now. Yeah, there's a German ahead to gain some time. And Beady Mink looks like he had a penalty as well, because he's lost some. I know he's gaining on me now. Okay, focus. The pit stop seems to throw me off, man. I just lose all rhythm after the pit stop. Like Valve State, he went in last time, and that was what put me in third. Not going to happen this time though. The guy I was trying to overcut is in fifth. Okay, right, get back control of this car. It's almost as though when you come out of the pits, just the tyres just feel different. The car feels different. I mean, it can't be that there's something wrong with the tyres because I just feel like I've got much less grip coming out of after the pit stop, despite having not changed the tyres or changed the fuel or changed any settings. It's really odd. And now, of course, it plays on my mind. Right, head in the game. Head in the game. What's that? What's the idea, Paul? And I don't share it because I prefer it as a secret. You tell me on chat later. This car definitely handling differently. Do you think PD have kind of put in a thing that if you don't change your tyre and fuel, it deliberately makes the car handle differently as a kind of punishment? It's always what it feels like. What do you think? It's probably just psychological, to be fair. I've just lost the rhythm, and a couple of times now I've come out of the pits and it's not worked. Do you know? Yeah, I think it's just psychological. I think it's just me, just driving shit. I'm capable of 35.2 under race conditions. There's no reason why I shouldn't be doing a 35.2 under race conditions. A couple of laps to go. Let's make them good laps. I'm 1.2 down on that, for fuck's sake. Yeah, but if you look at the tyres, you can see there's hardly any wear at all. It's not, I mean, there's not enough tyre wear there to have that big an effect, in my opinion. I think it's psychological, mate, in all honesty. I think I think I'm going in, I'm losing my rhythm when I come back out, and it's just kind of affecting my head a little bit. The thing is, then, okay, let's just say for a minute it is tyre deg, right? Which I don't, there's not enough evidence to suggest it is, right? But if it is tyre deg, then we have to weigh up the offset between the tyre deg and stopping to put tyres on, because the pit stop is mandatory, so you have to go in anyway. But are you better off then changing the tyres? I mean, yeah, I suppose you are. If the tyre deg is, I mean, it's costing me if it is tyre deg, it's costing me 2 seconds a lap. Although I don't think it is, I think it's psychological. Because I've got less fuel on board, so the car, therefore, weighs less, so should be quicker, theoretically. So the question is, how long does it take to change tyres? How much more time do I spend in the pits changing tyres? And then do I pit much earlier to make it worthwhile? That was a bit better. That was 36.3. I think I'm acutely aware I've got the car behind me as well, so I'm trying not to push too hard to make a mistake. Or leave him a gap. That could be a penalty, you know. I think I crossed the line a little bit too much there. He's going to have slippy slip on me. Had to defend that inside line, man. Had to defend the inside line. He shouldn't have made the dive there. Bit cheeky for me. I'll probably cut him off a bit, but at the end of the day, it's my line. I could see him coming, but let's be fair, it's not his line to take, it's mine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. A bit risky because you could have won it out, to be fair. Oh, he's only gone and fucked it. So, justified in the end. Right, I'll take that. Bad second half. So maybe I just need to pit on the last lap. Across the line in the pit. Oh, that's not a bad shout. Is the pit box before or after the start-finish line? Because if it's before, you could pit on the last lap and then just cross the line as you exit. I'm going to check that out. Anyway, done and dusted. I've got to sort out dinner because the dinner plans are scuppered because it's that freaking day. So, yeah, that's that one. Thank you for joining me, those of you that did. I hope you enjoyed it. It's been not been bad, actually. I've been a lot more pleased with it today. What did I achieve? I beat the 34. I went sub 35, which I wanted to do. He's never alongside. I'll take that all day long, Paul. I'm not normally aggressive anyway, as you know. Normally I would have left the door open for him, but I wasn't feeling like it today. I'm a nice guy. So I've achieved what I wanted to. I wanted to finish in the top 5, and I did. I got 4th place last time out, and actually beat the guy out that was ahead of me that time. No, I didn't. He finished second. Oh, I saw it. I went sub 35, which is sub 35 and 5th place, which I wanted. So done and dusted. I will. I'll see. I won't be doing it later, but I might be on tomorrow. No, I will. I'll do some more tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. Laters, folks.